Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for tuning in with me today. Now in today's video I'm going to be reviewing a full face by the brand CATRICE. So CATRICE is actually a German brand which was founded in 2004 and they have amazing drugstore makeup, you guys. This is a very affordable brand, like really good performance makeup at a very low cost. Now I actually made this video because one of my subscribers asked me to review this brand because they actually do have a clean line within their range of makeup. They've got so many products, like a jungle of products. And what I realized is that sometimes, they do release things and then they take them away again. So this brand is also available in the US because I think they opened up their offices in the US in 2015. However, I'm not sure if you can get the full clean ID line in America. So just be warned by that. I'm gonna put some links where you can actually shop this brand online in my description box with a lot of other discount and affiliate codes as per usual. So just have a look in there. I mean, if you can't find something, maybe just Google it or try Amazon. Or maybe you're really lucky and you can find this in store. CATRICE is actually a drugstore brand, so you should be able to find this in store if you can't find it online. CATRICE is such an interesting brand because they have such an attractive price point, you guys. I don't think I have any product that was above $12. So that is pretty amazing. Like, I feel like in euros everything is below 10, which is so rare in the clean space. So I do want to say though, whatever clean means to you, clean means something different to everyone. So just consult their website in order to find out what clean means to them, Everyone has a different perspective on clean, but they do have everything listed on their website, Also, I feel like on each product, it does say what it does not contain. They are very transparent when it comes to their labeling. And also, what I really appreciate is the packaging here, because the packaging is made out of, I feel most of it is paper, and most of it is made out of recycled materials, which is really great. But as I said, you can also read that on their website, so have a look there. Also, CATRICE is 100% cruelty-free and 100% vegan. Now in this video, I'm trying to go through all of the products that I tested out by CATRICE that are part of their Clean ID line. Now they also have like a normal line, and I did try their True Skin line, so if you're interested in that, do leave me a comment below. And also do let me know, have you ever tried anything by CATRICE? Is this something that you're interested in? What are your experiences? I mean, I always appreciate reading your comments and your experiences with the products. I'm really intrigued to know about this one. And also, if you have not subscribed to my channel just yet, why not hit that subscribe button? You can also ring the bell in order to stay notified about my upcoming videos. And if you do enjoy this review at any point, please don't forget to give it a big thumbs up. That would be really appreciated. Now, one of my subscribers asked me about this brand to review it. I have to say I was aware of CATRICE because I did use a couple of their True Skin products, but yeah, I did actually have one of their products from their Clean ID line, but I had it in the wrong shade. So she really motivated me to pick up more of these products and try them out. I did give it a little bit of time to play around with them before I made this review. And yeah, I've got to say, I am so impressed by the performance and the low price tag, because it's so rare to find good makeup at this price tag, let's be real. I mean, also like clean makeup, it's really difficult. So I am so excited to be giving you this review. So I shall say, without no further ado, let's just go ahead and let's review the very first product by CATRICE. So let's start off with the very first product that I have by CATRICE. Let's start off in order that I would do my makeup as per usual. So I actually do have not just one primer, I actually picked up 3 primers because I was a little bit confused in the beginning which primer to pick up. And then I realized, man, they actually have a Clean ID primer. And before that, I had already picked up 2 primers that weren't part of the Clean ID kind of, range. But I feel like let's just include them in this video because, you may be interested in them even though they might not be clean, so to speak. So let's start off with these 2 primers that aren't part of the Clean ID range. So this is the Mattifier Oil Control Primer, and this retails for 4.99 euros. Now, I will do these prices in euros because I did consult their European website. And as I said, I'm not sure if you can get all of these products at a US store. I think you can pick this one up. This is their mattifying primer, and I think this retails for $8 or something, like really, really affordable. So on the back of this primer, it actually says, primer to minimize shine, reduce pores optically and prolong makeup wear, lightweight and oil-free for a matte, flawless finish and well-cared skin, with Evermatte trademarked. I don't know, that's a special ingredient. And then dermatology approved, tube produced with 100% green power. Now this also contains willow bark extract. I actually really like that ingredient. So the texture of this primer is actually more of a cream, but very lightweight. It kind of almost feels like a silky cream, and it's going to create a very smooth base for your makeup to go on. But I do have to say that I don't really think that this is the best oil control primer I've ever used. Now this will not dry out your skin because of the texture, but I also feel like it's not the best when it comes to blurring out pores. It definitely did mattify my face. I'm going to show you how my face looked with this applied on one side versus no product on the other side. It is actually a nice base, and for the price it does a really good job, but I felt like this one was the primer out of those three that I have that I did not appreciate that much, because at the end of the day my skin still looked a little bit oily, so it wasn't like, you know, revolutionary or a true mattifying product. But overall I don't think that this is my favorite oil controlling primer. I do want to say though that it did not do this weird thing where it pulls your skin, where you can feel like your skin is being dried out. I felt like this was still hydrating without being greasy, without being balmy. So let's actually talk about the primer that I used today. And I feel like this might be the one that I liked the most out of those three that I tried. So this is the Prime and Fine Poreless Blur Primer, and this retails for 4.99 euros, so to speak $8. So on the website it actually does say the CATRICE Prime and Fine Poreless Blur Primer gives an instant soft focus effect for a visibly smooth and pore-free complexion. So it also says clean beauty, cruelty-free and vegan, dries down to a soft powder finish, soft focus effect. The light mousse primer mattifies and preps the skin for foundation and helps makeup to last longer. This is formulated without parabens, oil, acetone, perfume, alcohol, phthalate and lactose. I was really, really impressed by this. I feel like this does an amazing job in blurring out your pores. I mean, you can see the difference on one side, you know, how well this is actually blurring out my pores versus my other side. And also, I do want to mention this product does not pill up. I was a little bit scared that this would pill, you know, but this actually is absorbed by your skin so well. And I feel like this is the true mattifier, you know. It does not dry out your skin, it does not clog your pores. This also contains niacinamide, which is known to control oil production, an ingredient that I swear by. I really have to say, this is my favorite primer out of all of them. I feel like this does the best job when it comes to blurring, giving you this amazing soft focus effect, and you can use this on your entire face. This has this beautiful silky texture. Now this does contain some silicones like dimethicone, for example, which I don't mind that, okay? But just if you have a problem with silicones, this does contain silicones, and that's where this blurring effect, I think, comes from too. So you're gonna get 1 fluid ounce, and for the price point, this is fantastic, you know. Yeah, I really, really enjoyed this. So this was the second one that I tried out, and I was so impressed with this. So this is definitely one that I will continue to use because it's so lightweight. It does not suffocate my pores, you know, it does not clog them. I had a really good time using this, and this is the one that I put on today. And I've got to say, I really, really enjoyed this. It's fantastic, you guys. This is a primer that would make it into my top 5 of all time. So, and then I also used a primer from their Clean ID line. You guys may know I always prefer a mattifying kind of blurring primer over a glowy luminous primer. But just rest assured, they have such a huge selection of primers that if you want a luminous base, you know, they cater to that audience as well, but that's not really what I'm after. I know that they have 2 different ones when it comes to their Clean ID line, but I did not pick up that luminous one. Of course, I picked up, you know, the mattifying kind of blurring one. So this is the Clean ID Pore Minimizer Primer, and this retails for $10, so 5.99 euros. So this one, for example, does contain a couple of alcohols, whereas this one does not. However, this does not contain any silicones. So it's really a preference of what you prefer. I feel like on their website, their labeling is really, really, really nice. You know, you can always find out what they put in their makeup and what they leave out. So on this one, for example, it does say silicone-free, microplastic particles-free, vegan, optical effect, suitable for sensitive skin. This actually does do a brilliant job in mattifying my face, prepping my skin for my makeup base. I do just want to say this has a little bit of a different texture. It's a little bit more runny, and it also has a tint, but when you rub it in, that kind of disappears. This feels like more of a cream. Out of all of these primers, this is the creamiest. You know, it feels like a very lightweight moisturizer, but it will definitely reduce shine. It will kind of fill in your pores. But all in all, I do have to say, if you're looking for a blurring primer, I feel like this is a little bit better. I mean, this did a great job considering that there are no silicones at all. And yeah, I mean, I really loved this. This was absorbed by my face quite quickly. You know, this does not sit on the skin. None of these really do leave a tag. They are really going to smoothen out your face. And I feel like all of these primers are amazing primers because they do prep your skin really, really well for the makeup to go on a little bit better. Also, I do want to mention that all of these 3 primers are completely perfume free. So there is no synthetic fragrance, there is no essential oils or anything irritating in them, which I really, really appreciate. Alright, so that's enough with the primers, so let's actually move on to the next product. Let's move on to their foundation. They actually do carry a lot of different foundations. I actually tried out their True Skin foundation, so I don't know if you want me to do a review on the True Skin foundation at all. Do let me know in the comments, but for today, I actually tried out their Clean ID foundation, the one from their Clean line. So this is the Clean ID High Cover Luminous Matte Foundation, and this retails for 6.99 euros. You guys, this foundation has one big downside to it, which is their shade range. That's why I never talked about it. I actually picked it up and I picked up the wrong shade, and there's only 3 shades available. And I was kind of shook. I picked the one in the middle and it was too light for me. So I'm like, wow, I really hope that they're going to expand their shade range, because this is actually a really nice foundation, you know. I had to pick up the deepest out of all of them, but I feel like because they have numbers, I'm kind of positive that they are going to expand their shade range maybe one day. Maybe they just want to see if this is gonna sell a lot or what people are gonna think about it. So this is actually available in 3 different shades. It's available in the shade 04, which is called Light Almond, and it's available in the shade 10, which is called Neutral Sand, and then the shade 025 Warm Peach. So in the beginning I picked up the shade 010 Neutral Sand. I still have that. I'm going to show you a swatch on my arm, but it was kind of too light for me. And then I went with the shade 025 Warm Peach. I was a little bit scared because Warm Peach is not, it's not really my undertone. I'm a neutral undertone, so I was a little bit scared that I would look orange. However, it's summer right now and it kind of works for me. It comes in this packaging, so it's actually a water-based foundation. It's not oil-free. I honestly thought they would make this oil-free, but they didn't. They actually put in squalane and cottonseed oil, and they also put in a couple of flower waxes. However, this does not contain any synthetic fragrance and no essential oils whatsoever. It doesn't have any scent, which I really appreciate. I also want to mention that this does contain some alcohol, but the alcohol is towards the end of the ingredient list. So this actually comes with this nozzle, and you're gonna just, you know, squeeze it out. It comes like in this squeeze tube. So I'm always applying this foundation with a sponge, and I feel like that might be the best way to apply this foundation. This actually has like a really thick texture, and I did not expect that. A little bit of a thicker cream, you know, and the coverage on this is quite astonishing, you guys. I mean, this is gonna give you straight away, I would say, a good full medium coverage, and you can definitely build this foundation up. You could definitely get a pretty decent full coverage out of this foundation. I will say this is not as matte as I expected it to be because of this luminous finish. I was a little bit confused when I read matte luminous because it's a little bit of an oxymoron. I don't know what to make out of it. I thought, oh no, so this is gonna shine, although I don't want to shine, and that's exactly what's happening here. It's not gonna, like, you know, sink into your skin and be matte. Really none of that. It's definitely more of a shiny sort of foundation, so it will give you that healthy glow from within, which I can appreciate. But listen, I could not leave the house without powdering this foundation. This performed also really well. This did not like break up on me after a couple of hours. Every time I'm wearing this, I feel like the only place where this might break up a little bit on me might be on my chin, but pretty much every foundation does break up on my chin at some point. You can wear this for 6 hours without a problem, but then afterwards I would suggest to just retouch it, you know, put a little bit of powder over it and you'll be fine again if you have a similar skin type to mine. But yeah, overall I was really impressed with this foundation. I was impressed with the application, I was impressed with the texture, with the coverage, but just not so much with the finish. It's really good, and it's not clogging my pores. I did not experience any sort of breakouts or any just skin irritation at all. I think the ingredients are really good, and none of this has perfume, none of this has any irritating essential oils, because that to me is always a trigger. Alright, so let's move on to the next product. Let's actually move on to their concealer. So this is the Clean ID High Cover Concealer, and this retails for €3.99. This is my favorite affordable concealer so far. Oh my gosh, apart from this one, the Item Beauty one. The Item Beauty one, amazing as well, but I think this is a little bit more expensive. I think this is $18 or something, but this is €3.99, so that makes it, what, $6 or something? And this is so fantastic. The only problem is the shade range. This also only comes in 3 shades. Now I have 2 of them. I have this in the shade Neutral Sand, and I have this in the shade Warm Peach. I really hope they are going to expand the shade range on this concealer, because this is fantastic. This is such a nice concealer, you guys. It's really good. Maybe one of my favorite products out of the entire Clean ID line. So the Warm Peach one does have a little bit of a very orangey, peachy undertone to it. I would say even more than the foundation. I tried it once with the Warm Peach, and then I also got myself the shade Neutral Sand, and I kind of prefer that for my under eyes. This has this creamy, more luminous texture, and this blends out like a dream. It's not patchy, it's not going to crease. I mean, I use a sponge to blend this out, and if you blend this out properly, this is a dream. It has, I would say, a little bit of like a medium to buildable coverage, and it has a luminous finish, which I don't mind in a concealer for my under eye. My under eyes looked really healthy, everything was covered afterwards. This apparently is also water resistant, which is really interesting. It's vegan, oil-free, no microplastic, and gluten-free as well, and also does not contain any perfume whatsoever. Again, the texture is amazing. The doe foot is really nice, you know, I have nothing to complain about. The only thing is that after opening this up, it's only going to be good for 6 months. Well, the foundation is good for 12 months after opening it up, but I really enjoy this concealer, and yeah, it's really good. And the next product I also really enjoy, and that's their face powder. So this is the Clean ID Mineral Matte Face Powder, and this retails for 49 euros. Now this is only available in 2 different shades, one of them being 010, the neutral sand, and then again the warm peach. So I just picked it up in the warm peach. I mean, this powder is so finely milled, and it is really nice. It definitely does mattify without sucking the life out of your face, without drying you out. It still feels hydrating, and it's kind of blurring. It's not going to give you too much additional coverage. Once you blend this out, it's kind of blending in with the rest of your base makeup, but it's a really good powder. I really like this for my under eyes as well. This is a beautiful powder. When you feel it, it's so soft to the touch. Like, it feels like a luxurious kind of powder. And I was really surprised by this product. I would definitely recommend this. Let me know if you actually tried this. So those were all of my base products that I tried out by CATRICE. So let's move on to my complexion color products. Now let's start off with their bronzer. So this is the Clean ID Mineral Powder SPF 15, and this retails for 4.99 euros. Bad news on this front, I don't think they're making this anymore. I think this product got discontinued. Sometimes they release products and they pull them. I don't understand why this is not available anymore, because this was really nice. Look at this packaging too. It's all paper, and then it comes with this band right here. I mean, this is so nice. Also, it has an SPF. I think the SPF in this was the titanium dioxide. Yes, it's titanium dioxide, so it's also a mineral SPF that they put in this. SPF 15, it's like, you know, not that much, but better than nothing. The powder formula, again, so smooth. The undertone of this bronzer is a little bit warm though. Like, it leans a little bit orangey without being completely unusable, because I don't like bronzers that literally are orange, but this was a little bit warm though. I just want to say it's more on the, maybe on the golden side than on a neutral side. Went on like butter, not patchy whatsoever. You can build this one up. The pigmentation of this is great too, because it's not overly pigmented, so you're not going to run into a big mistake when you dip in the brush. The only bad thing about this was it was only available in 1 shade, and this was a light to medium shade. I honestly wish that they would have come out with more undertones, because the formula on this was beautiful. I wish I could recommend this, but if you guys are not able to buy this anywhere, I don't know. I feel like this is the only product that they pulled completely in their Clean ID line. There was no blush available, but they do have a highlighter, and I did pick that one up. So this is their Clean ID Mineral Swirl highlighter, and this retails for 5.49 euros. So this is the highlighter. They actually do carry 2 different shades. I have this in the shade Silver Rose. There's also a golden highlighter, and this is the highlighter. It's huge, you guys, and it has this beautiful pattern in it. I actually enjoy this highlighter. Now, this does not have any glitter particles, and it's very subtle, you know. You kind of have to go in a little bit. It's not beaming in your face, so you have to build this up a little bit, but it's really nice for a subtle highlighter. I feel like if you don't want to glow to the gods, this might be a really good option. It's a good formula, you know. It's not going to enhance your texture. It's actually buildable, and it does give me some good amount of highlighting. It's not necessarily my favorite highlighter of all times, because it's almost a little bit too subtle for me, so I really have to build this up a little bit more than my normal highlighters, but it's not bad. And that shade is also really pretty. It's not too icy, it still melts in with my skin tone. I like it, but it's not necessarily my all-time favorite highlighter. But considering the price point and what it does perform, but you just need to build it up a little bit more. When I used this the very first time, I was really not impressed, but now using it a little bit more, I feel like it's actually okay. If you were looking for a highlighter that is not too much, that is a little bit more on the subtle side, you might like this. So those were all of the base products and the complexion products. So let's move on to the next category. Let's move on to my eyes. So for the eyes, I know that they do have a brow pencil. I did not pick up their brow pencil. So we're gonna move on to the next product, and I did pick up 2 of them, and those are the eyeshadow palettes. So this is the Clean ID Mineral Eyeshadow Palette, and this retails for 6.99 euros. I have this in the shade Light, and I have this in the shade Medium. Now I think they came out with 3 in total. There is a different colorway as well, but I can't find it on the website anymore. So on the website, as of right now, I think these 2 are the only ones available. There was one with a green shade in it, and now I looked today and I'm like, I can't find this anywhere anymore. And I'm not sure how long these are still going to be available. But yeah, I definitely do have some thoughts on them. Now these, however, do contain talc. Don't be fooled, although they are part of their Clean ID line. None of the other products that contain talc, but yeah, they put talc into these, so just be warned if you don't like talc. I mean, I don't mind it, you know. These are also vegan again, 91% natural ingredients. I have them in these 2 colorways. Now, this is the colorway Light, 010, and this is the colorway Medium. You can definitely see a difference. This one, the colorway Light, this one is definitely your cool toned palette, whereas this one is definitely on the warmer side. I'm going to show you the shades, and these don't have names, so I'm going to just go from the lightest shade to the deepest shade. So this is the colorway 010 Light, swatched from left to right, and this is the colorway 02 Medium, swatched from left to right. So you can see my eye look with this light palette. It is so cool toned. I did not expect this to pull that cool toned. So we have 2 shimmer shades, this one and this one right here, and the rest is all matte shades, right? I really did not like this peachier shade right here. I thought it did not do anything. It was just almost undetectable. This one, this more cool toned purpley one, is okay, but I feel like these lighter shades, they're not that great. However, very different story when it comes to the deeper shades. The deeper shades actually have a lot of pigment, but the one thing that you may not like, which I can deal with, but this formula, when you dip in your brush, it is super powdery. Like, I did almost not understand it, because to the touch, like to your fingers when you touch them, they feel so soft, like butter. But then again, if you pick them up with a brush, be careful, because you might end up with powder all over your desk. So be warned, they have a lot of kickback, although they're not a dry formula. And these are powders that will blend forever. They blend and 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 they blend, and you will never stop blending them. Like, the thing is, like, they're not going to disappear immediately. You can definitely smoke them out, which is great because these shades have a little bit more pigment to them, so it's not a biggie. But I feel like this is a formula that you have to blend and blend and blend and blend. They just don't stop blending, you know, they won't just stick. And sometimes I feel like it's beautiful to have like this soft blown out look, but you might not like that, you know. Some people don't like it if a formula does not stop blending. And the one thing that I'm not the biggest fan of are the shimmer shades. For some reason, these shimmer shades are barely shimmery. I was kind of shook. I was like, this almost feels like a more satin sort of formula than a shimmer formula. And they look super shimmery in here. And they almost look metallic in the pan, but none of that translates to your eyes. It's just a little bit of a downside because the shimmer shades are not as shimmery as they may seem. Do I think the look is bad? No, I still love the looks that I created with this, you know. I feel like the looks are beautiful and I like this, but when I look at this on my finger and the way it translates onto my lid, it's a complete different world. Beautiful, but a weird formula. It's been a while that I had a formula that looked and felt so creamy, then ended up being very powdery when I picked it up with the brush, and then did not stop blending. I don't really mind that if a formula does not stop blending, because I can deal with it, but some people might be put off by that, so that's the only downside. Now this is definitely cool tone. Just know that all of these shades do have somewhat of a gray undertone, very, very cool toned, even this brown. So if you prefer a little bit more of a warm look, just go with this one. I'm going to show you the look that I created with this palette. This definitely has more warm shades in here. This has 3 shimmer shades and 3 matte shades, whereas the other one only has 2 shimmer shades. It's a little bit weird. I don't know why they did that. This is actually quite stunning. I don't know which one I prefer. I feel like if you want a good balance, like maybe you can mix both of them. All in all, I actually enjoyed these eyeshadow palettes. They might not be my favorite formula in the world, but I feel like the looks that I've created are beautiful. They look kind of buttery, creamy. They don't really look like powders, but then again, on your brush, they really do feel like true powders. So a very interesting formula. Also, another product that I actually used for my eyes, which I'm really, really surprised by, and I truly, truly like this one, and that's their eye pencil. So this is the Clean ID eye pencil, and this retails for €2.49. Like, I mean, I really, truly love my Victoria Beckham Satin Kajal liner, but this one, oh my gosh, this is amazing. This actually went into my waterline just like that. So I was really worried that it would not even show up in my waterline, because sometimes some Kajal liners, they are so bad, you know, they just won't show up in your waterline, and this one has so much pigment. It's not too creamy, and it just works so well. Like, I was speechless when I used this. It did not irritate my eyes, it did not ball up, and this is a perfect, amazing eyeliner, and I can't believe I found another good eyeliner, because it's really hard for me to find something that works for my watery eyes, and this was just amazing. So would definitely recommend this. Also for the price point, are you kidding me? Amazing, amazing little eye pencil. Just want to have mentioned this one. Okay, so let's move on to the next product. Let's move on to the mascara. So this is the Clean ID Volume and Lengthening Mascara, and this retails for €4.99. Now they also have another mascara, which I think has the same labeling as this blurring primer here. I did not pick that one up. I picked up this big one here, and oh my god, this might be the biggest failed product that I've tried out of the entire line. This, honestly, this is a disaster, you guys. This was really, really bad. This actually has more of a traditional bristle brush. The wand on this and stuff is actually nice. It's the formula of the product that did not work for me. This was so dry. When I applied this, I was like, wait, this already feels like it's been opened for over a year. It feels so dry, and I was right. After I filmed, like, my mascara crumbled off my eyes. It left dry flakes on my fingers. I'm gonna insert a picture because I took some pictures of how bad it was. It really did not do anything for me, you know. It was very hard to build it up because it was so dry. So yeah, I will never use this mascara ever again. It's a big fail for me. It was super dry and so flaky. And, you know, when a mascara is too dry, it's gonna leave crumbles on your lower eyes right here, and it's literally gonna give you raccoon eyes. It looks like it's gonna snow, black flakes, and it's such a bad product. I would definitely not recommend this. This is a complete fail for me. I'm gonna be honest with you guys. I just can't deal with this. So this is just a hard pass for me. And yeah, that being said, let's move on to the last category, because this was everything I had for the eyes. So let's move on to the lips. Oh no, before we're actually moving on to the lips, let's talk about a setting spray that I have by CATRICE. So this is the Clean ID Matte Prime and Fix Spray with Aloe Vera, and this retails for €4.99. So this setting spray is actually not a bad setting spray. I was able to tell that this really helped to make my makeup last longer. It was also very helpful to lock the makeup in and to actually make it less transfery, you know, because sometimes before that, when I touched my face, it would transfer a little bit to my fingers. Now, when I used this, I could actually feel that this helped. It definitely helped. It's not the most effective one, but it's also not a bad product, you know. Is this mattifying? Not really, you know. It's not like super mattifying. It's gonna give you some refreshed sort of luminous finish. After all, you can definitely tell that there is a film that is building up on your face. Sometimes these cheaper setting sprays, they can spray out like in an aggressive way, and this one has a beautiful sort of, oh, this is amazing. It's just a beautiful sprayer on it. It's really nice to refresh. You'll be able to see. I don't think this is mattifying though. I'm not sure why they call this matte. Maybe they're trying to say that it's gonna control your oil production over the day. This setting spray also does not contain any alcohol, which is great. It does not contain any silicones. Yeah, no silicones, no mineral oil, no alcohol. And it contains aloe vera, which is really hydrating. It feels super, super refreshing. Now, I would say it's not maybe the most effective one, but it's a really lovely spray. Is it mattifying? You know, maybe not that much because it's quite hydrating, but they do have one that is even more hydrating. So maybe that one gives you more luminosity. Yeah, I honestly like this, and I have to try it a little bit more. I used it already just a little bit, so I have to see in the long term how well this is actually, you know, setting my makeup, holding it into place. But I feel like if you like to use a lot of powder and you feel like you look a little bit cakey, but you don't want to look super luminous, go for this one. It's actually really, really good. So let's actually move on to the last category. Let's move on to the lips. So, okay, we have 3 different products. We have a lip gloss and 2 different lipstick formulas. So let's actually start with their lip gloss. So this is their Clean ID Hydra Lip Plumper, and this retails for €3.99. So this actually comes in 3 different shades. So I have this in the shade 020 Beige Dahlia. Oh my gosh, this was another product that I definitely would not really recommend because this was too much plumping. Like, this actually burned my lips. So I really did not like this. This contains menthol and it's a very strong sort of effect, you know. I have a couple other lip glosses with menthol in it, but none of them is that strong, and this was almost irritating to my lips. So, and I also did not really enjoy the shade or the gloss effect or anything or the texture. So this was another kind of failed product to me. Really, I did not enjoy it that much. It just burned my lips. This product along with the mascara were kind of some failed products to me. Not a big fan of this formula because of the menthol. It's too aggressive and it just was not a pleasant experience. And I was so happy when I literally wiped this off my lips again because, yeah, it's just a fail in and of itself. So let's move on to their lipsticks. Now they do have 2 different formulas. They have a more matte sort of silk lipstick and then they have a high shine lipstick. So let's actually start with their more matte formula. So this is the Clean ID Silk Intense Lipstick and this retails for €4.45. So I actually picked this up in 2 shades and not really that the formula was a big fail, but the shades weren't great. So I have this in the shade Mocha Delight and I have this in the shade Perfectly Nude. I was so confused when I received these. Mocha Delight, Perfectly Nude. They looked so different from the website's pictures. What is happening? And they're red. They just are not my shades. I'm just gonna show you both of these shades on my lips. So this is the shade 010 Mocha Delight. I don't know. This is almost like pink peach. Like, there is no mocha in this. And then the shade Perfectly Nude is weirdly pink. I mean, this is so bizarre. These did not look anything like I thought they would. You know, I thought I would be getting like a mocha or like more of a brown kind of undertone, and I'm getting this weird pink reddish kind of lipstick. Those shades are just not my shades, let's be real. I always prefer more of kind of like a brown, beigey, kind of more neutral undertone. These were so weird. I just don't like the shades and I don't really like the description. And I did not appreciate the fact that they looked so different online than actually on my lips. It was just weird when I got them. I was like, what? Did I order a red lipstick? Because when I looked at this, I was like, what is happening here, you know? I mean, Mocha Delight and then Perfectly Nude. I was just a little bit bummed. I picked up 2 shades because I thought they were brown shades, and turns out they're not. They're not even like nude. This is like, these shades are just so wrong for me. However, we are going to end this video with the last product for the lips, and I've got to say this was one that actually blew my mind, and I really like this one. So this is the Clean ID Ultra High Shine Lipstick, and this retails for €4.45. So, I mean, both of these were failed, so I actually had a look at this other formula, the High Shine. I usually don't really like high shine lipsticks, but then I saw this shade and it was called Make It Nuder, and I was just like, maybe that's gonna be it. Maybe this is the shade that I was looking for. And if it's gonna turn out to be red again, well, then I'll never buy a lipstick by CATRICE ever again. Turns out this is the lipstick that I'm wearing right now, and I love this. Oh my god, the shade Make It Nuder. It's so beautiful. I mean, when you see it, it looks like the bullet itself looks so gray brown, like a beautiful nude gray brown, but then on my lips it does come across as a little bit more pinky, but with this gray undertone, this cool toned undertone, and I really like this. I also like the formula a little bit better than that silk one. This lipstick glides on so nice. I love the shade. It's so stunning, and this is my favorite lip product that I've tried by CATRICE. Alright you guys, but those were all the things that I have from the Clean ID line by CATRICE. Do let me know if there's other things by CATRICE that you want me to try from their entire makeup range. I mean, I don't mind if they're not clean. I also have their True Skin foundation that I really like, so do let me know if you want a review of that foundation at all or not. Do let me also know if you have tried any of these products and what your opinions and your experiences are on them. But yeah, that being said, this was my review on the Clean ID line by CATRICE. Now again, I'm not sure if you'll be able to pick up all of these products just in time, if they will be discontinued by the time I'm releasing this video or not. I'm not sure what's going on. If you have any insight, do drop me a comment below as well. And if you found this review helpful at all, why not give it a big thumbs up? And if you have not subscribed to my channel just yet, just hit that subscribe button. You can also ring the bell in order to stay notified about my upcoming videos, and I shall be seeing you on here very soon with the next one, so please do take care. Thank you so much for watching. Bye bye.